Okay, so welcome to this video. I'm trying this out. I just want to raise awareness of some of the companies that I've truly researched and I've put a lot of time into. And I want to share that knowledge, right? So by no means this is no financial advice. You guys are free to do whatever you want. But I do want to share the knowledge that I've gathered over the years of research. And in this case, I wanted to show you guys what this company is about. Ticker CRSP, CRISPR Therapeutics. What is it about? Is it a real company? What do they do? What's their business model? Where are they heading? And then maybe explore further, where we can go with this type of discussion. And the idea behind this type of video is just to explore the opportunity, right? And there's numerous of videos out there on it, so feel free to look elsewhere as well. Uh, but what I'll be doing in this video is just basically diving deep into their website and just, as a first surface level, understand what this company is about. And this will give you a little bit of an idea of how I really try to assess a company just firsthand when I just land on their main webpage. So right now I have the gene-based medicines CRISPR Therapeutics website. It says gene-based medicine. The headline: transforming lives of patients with serious disease. So you can already tell that they're into the business of curing disease potentially. And this is something you're going to see across the industry here in gene editing. Um, and before I even go even further, I do want to distinguish that it's all about CRISPR-9, Cas9, CRISPR. That's the basically what the whole discussion of gene editing is about, right? This is where you have movies about it. Human Nature, I think it was on PBS or something like that, and then there's even a Netflix documentary on it. And this company here, CRISPR Therapeutics, they're the furthest, right? And we'll explore a little bit further what this means, but just know that the company that I'm showing you is about that technology, and it has unlocked many discussions over the past years, especially the past years. Um, so what you would see in this type of field is this type of company. First of all, there's no commercial product, right? So they're not mass selling any product. This is very R&D focused, so this is a long-term play, right? And knowing this fact, you can just see from their pipeline. You'll see their progress, where they're at with specific product lines, which stage are they at. And this is again standard across any of these companies, whether that's CRISPR, whether that's CRSP, whether that's Antelia, Editas, and so on. So just know that this is standard across any of these companies. So you can see here the 4 programs they're working on: hemoglobin, immuno-oncology, in vivo, regenerative medicine. So let's click on pipeline. Let's see where they're at with some of these products. So you can see, usually you'll see in presentations and in conference calls and so on, they'll refer them as CTX, and then you'll see a digit number for this company. So for example, CTX001, that's everything to do with hemoglobin. And you can see they're basically in clinical trials. So again, this is just high level surface overview. I'm not going to go in detail specifically with some of their latest results on it, but just know that they're testing this on real humans with real data. And I do believe they have mentioned that they have cured individuals who had sickle cell disease, and now they're just basically in that stage where they have to make sure that there's no long-term impact on those clients. So this is like I said, this is a standard across the industry where basically you go through a whole process, and even when you get to testing on humans, it will take months, if not years, before you can even mass market this type of product. At least from my understanding of the whole FDA approval, the whole process, and you'll see a couple of notes here whenever you click on these pipelines as to co-development and co-commercialization with Vertex. So you see there's some partnerships with these products that are going through clinical and hopefully commercial. So you see there's like a roadmap, right? And then some of it is 100% owned by CRISPR Therapeutics, where there's no partnership yet. And this is for oncology. And again, if you want to know about specific details to what this is curing, all of that is available on their website. And then there's even some long the one thing that I think a lot of people will be familiar with is diabetes. So again, they're the furthest in this line of business. That's probably why you've heard about the company, and that's probably why I believe that they will be successful, because they're the furthest, right? And just referencing to the discussion I just had previously, is the FDA approval is a lengthy process, right? So you cannot just have a new company pop up and just compete with CRISPR Therapeutics. It doesn't work like that. Like, there's a whole process, right? You can just tell from these pipelines. Again, this is standard across any company in this line of business. We'll see in another video with Antilia, and that's the same concept, right? You have the research and enabling, and then the clinical, and then you have the marketing phase. But they're the furthest, right? So far in 2021, as of March, they're the furthest with the most results on the most human trials, and the results are looking good. So they're definitely on the right path. Let's go back here on the webpage here. Cas9, again, if anyone wants to know a little bit about what CRISPR is, what Cas9 is, it's just basically a gene editing technology. They put a really nice video here. I won't play it here for the sake of time here, but you can definitely watch this video here, and they'll tell you exactly what this technology does. There's even some patents around the whole, some of these companies, such as this company, Antilia Editas, but we won't get into that in this video. But just know there are some patents that are to be accounted in for. And then you see here genetic edits here, and you have disrupt, delete, correct. Those are basically what the process is, right? So really descriptive here. They go really in depth with what gene editing is, and I strongly believe this is one of these companies that hold a very bright future in this field. I think gene editing is going to be the future, right? I think just think about what the number of disease you can cure. Just think about what you can do with just editing a gene and being able to replace a bad gene with a good gene, basically, right? There's so much you can do, right? We haven't even touched the topic about vegetation, plants, animals, nature. But for the purpose of this video, I do want to mention that this company here, they're the furthest, right? So technically, knowing now that the FDA approval is a lengthy process, speed does matter, right? And first to market does matter. Now, if they butcher their results just to get first to market, they won't even get to that point because they won't get the approval. So it's very important that they do take their time to have positive results. And so far, they've had positive results, right? And you can see here, there's a recent presentation here in their earnings call, where they basically laid down some updates on the company and some financials. And just a quick note on financials, they're very, I think they're I can get the specific number, but they're above $1 billion just of free cash flow, which means that they have money in the bank, right? So they can afford to spend more on R&D and to have these new products like you saw in the pipeline here. Let's just go ahead and try to find out back in CRISPR. These pipeline products here, all of that requires R&D investments, all of that requires time, all of that will burn cash. However, once they go through that clinical process and once they go through the commercialization point, I do believe this is going to unlock a huge opportunity for this company. You'll see many partnerships. You'll see the market just grasp on the idea of gene editing. I mean, you have ARK Invest, holding some of these companies in their RG fund. So, there's definitely a discussion to be had as to what these companies are about in this era of technology, and what this CRISPR technology has unlocked for many companies. I know even Google is venturing into the genomics section. I haven't really researched specifically what they're into, but this is really a big thing. I think for anyone that's interested in this field, CRISPR Therapeutics is a great start. There's also Intellia, there's also Editas, and you can even go a step further and talk about gene replacement, which is Beam technology, Beam, the company. But we won't go that deep today. I think we'll basically leave it off like this today. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what this company is about, what this technology is about, some of their pipeline products, and it's all about showing progress, and time is key in this line of business, right? And there is a process to follow, unfortunately or fortunately, right? You don't want to have a company develop a product that's going to introduce cancer to patients. So there's a process for a reason. It, of course, we all know because of COVID, a lot of investors are interested in this space. So this thing is going to I do strongly believe this company and companies in this field will have a boost in the following years in terms of their stock price, in terms of investments. But again, it's all about results of the clinical trials. It's all about patients. It's all about seeing how they go mass market, and of course the partnerships that they're able to build. So we'll leave it off like this for today. I do want to say that I appreciate you guys for watching. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you maybe on the next video. Thank you very much.